And I am back, and I am playing Legend of Zelda Link to the Past, along with the Four Swords. For mostly Link to the Past, I'm playing the Game Boy Advance version. And this is not my save file, so... This is what it'll look like if you're actually playing the Game Boy Advance version. And I'm going to show you something interesting in the Game Boy Advance version. Well, of course on the title screen, of course you can also play the Four Swords, but why would I play that when you can actually play it on the DS? If it's actually still free at this day and age, but... Anyway, let's play. Okay, I know we don't need to see that again, but there's something interesting. You actually beat the game, you can actually continue your game or start a new game. I haven't deleted your save file, but yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and start on the pyramid. Remember that extra dungeon I was actually talking about? I was gonna do, known as the Path of the Four Swords? Well, guess what? I'm actually gonna do it. And with a few recording tries, it actually works this time. And let me tell you something about recording through the simulator. It absolutely stinks. The emulator recorder app just absolutely stinks. Cause after a while the recording just gets so off sync with the sound that it's just unbearable to watch. But anyways, it costs rupees to get into this dungeon. And yeah, he's right about one thing. It does take advantage of everything we got. Cause look at what we got here. Chain chomps. Run, Link, run. Now, with this dungeon, you got 4 trials to complete. This is reminding me of another game I'm trying to think about. You see this water? It's way too fast for us, that we can't even jump in. But anyways, it's a good time to take out your lamp and actually use it. And whatever you do, just keep swimming. And try your best not to get hurt. This is actually pretty hard for me. Because I am bad at swimming like this. And there's actually a time limit here. And I was failed number 1. Let's try number 2. It always has to be number 2 that makes me succeed. For some reason. Come on. You can do it. Come on. Come on. Okay. Guess it's not number 2. Because number 2 is not my lucky number. Maybe it was actually 3. Yeah, it's actually giving me a lot more damage than the actual bosses themselves. And it's so dang hard to actually overcome. So am I gonna do it? Come on. There we go. Okay, before I proceed on, this is the boss. And look what I got. More potions. So whenever I need to... Now that I'm low on health, I should probably use one. And this boss is used in the second dungeon. It's made harder by replacing the poffins or cotton, I think, with jellyfish. So just be careful not to slash right away. You need to be sure that they don't electrocute you. You can also wait a while and then attack, which is like right now. Don't let them hurt you. And no, you can't hurt them while that creature's using that attack. But you gotta be patient in this boss fight. And just so you know, the 4 trials, there's actually 4 bosses you have to refight who are actually stronger than before. Some which are kind of easy if you know what you're doing. Others it just can be really painful to fight against, like what I did right now. It's horrible. Okay, sweet. This is actually going better than I expect. Hopefully I don't die. Oh, this is where it gets tricky, because... Well, not too tricky, but yeah, it is getting pretty hard. Anyways, let me tell you about the emulator's recording device. It sucks. Don't use it, ever. Unless it's for a short clip, then you can use it. But if it's for long gameplay videos, then don't do it. The sound just gets so off sync, and I saw what you did there. Did I? No, I didn't glitch you. At this point, the boss stuff gets just harder. I can't even hit the darn thing, and the water just keeps going on and off and on and off and on and off. Don't touch it. I touched it. Okay, potion time. That's not potion. There. Potion. Already one wasted. Okay, so much for spin attacking. Hit the damn thing. There we go. Well, at least the water doesn't deal too much damage, but the jellyfish just causes a lot more damage. I already forgot the name of the beast, but I am willing to know it. To which I might actually point it out at the comments or something. Dang, this thing is going just way too fast for me. I will never even stop doing that. Okay, you're almost gone. Are you gone? Not yet? Okay. Oh, come on. Sweet. Total annihilation. But anyways, the thing with this dungeon is you have to pick up these 4 swords, as you can see here from the menu, or sword. If you get all 4 of them, you can fight the ultimate boss of the game, which is not Ganon. Of course it's not Ganon. Ganon's way too powerful for us. But anyways, next room. Hopefully I can get some fairies. We're barely at health. Now, this room is kind of a bastard-like. And thanks for the health, I really need it. Now in this room you have to defeat all enemies. However, you can come back and you can just come out and come back if you miss a few. Which is the good thing about it, so I hope you're ready going in rush mode. And that wasn't so hard. Now, this room was kind of tricky. I hope you got your magic out. I hope you got your magic ready and your other items out for this, because... Wow. Oh, anyways, we need to take care of this turtle first. Sorry about that. Slight interruption, but I'm back. Anyways, what you're meant to do in this room, and no, I was not looking up a Wikipedia or something. I was totally not looking over for a walkthrough or something. I did this before I practiced, and I know what I'm doing. Well, anyways, what you have to do is use the Cane of Solmara for this. There's an interesting thing you can do. And that's what you do. Now, get your hammer ready for this boss fight. I think it's one of the hardest of all that we have to refight. So I hope you got your hammer ready and hope you get protected. You're gonna need total protection for this fight. And we went over the tail. That does a lot of damage. Oh boy. Well, it's not that hard, but it'll get progressively harder. And by progressively harder, I mean, look what's it doing. Okay, totally did not mean to touch those spikes. But yeah, I can. It does, but after you give it enough damage, it'll get back its mask on. This is going a lot better than I thought. Okay, so much for that. Okay, fine, another potion ready. Okay, that was the second potion I wasted. Do I have to waste all my potions just for these boss fights alone? I'm gonna have a hell of a time here. Okay, fireball attack. That doesn't deal as much damage. That was just so unlucky. Okay, get your silver bow and arrows out for this. You have to attack at the right time, which is right here. Wow, look at that tail. Well, anyways, I got the green sword before, but now it's time for me to get the red sword, which is the second sword you can get. See? The red sword is the second one you get. Now it's time to get the blue sword as soon as I defeat these enemies because I desperately need hearts. Thanks for that heart. I really need it. Oh boy, this room requires some lighting. I'm putting some light on this dungeon. Oh gee, thanks for that, Octorok. Focus sheets will really come in handy here. And see? Stairs. Our favorite things. Especially stairs on ice. Oh boy. Now this room is kind of interesting to do. You're gonna have to get your hookshot off for this, and I hope you're actually good with the hookshot. And not like that. Okay. Thanks so much for that. At least I know At least I know how to deal with these things. But yeah, the next thing to do is, well, again, you need to get your Cane of Somera, and I failed totally right there. So hopefully I'm ready this time. I totally screwed up. Thanks a lot. Okay. Sweet. Now, what you want to do here is get your Cane of Somera and place the block here. Once you do that, you're pretty much ready to go to the boss. Well, not yet, but you're ready to go soon. And get out of here, you're not fun to deal with. Okay, thanks for the health. Now, this part is kind of interesting. You see how I can't go here yet? Well, if we actually end up using a projectile, turns out there was a block in the way. And because that block was in the way, let me see if I can do this. This is another instance where the Cane of Somera actually is useful here. Let's see if it actually works. Okay, it does work. Another item to use for this part is the bomb, which you do is all you pretty much do is run. That oh boy is this boss again. And look, Mothra's using double team, and the one who flaps the wings the most is pretty much the one. I think you want to take out one of them, at least one of them, so that way you want to have less trouble with it. Hopefully, you take out the bees. Anything but the bees. But I'm meaning the right one, I'm pretty sure of it. See how easy that was? It wasn't that bad. That might be the easiest one of all of them, but right now I just got the blue sword, and I'm ready to proceed on to the dungeon. You know, originally I thought I could just do this dungeon first and then the boss the next video, but I guess that doesn't seem to be the case. But anyways, proceeding on to get the purple sword. And look what we have here, Game Boy Advance exclusive enemies, likes. Whatever you do, don't want to take the shields. Actually, at this point, you don't have to worry about your shields being taken. Because they just can't take it. They just can't. Because you can't buy this shield anywhere else, and this is pretty much the ultimate shield you ever get. If you have the second shield, the fire shield, then they can take it away from you and you end up being shieldless. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Now this room is pretty fun. Oh no, we had to get over there, but we can't use a hook shot. What will we ever do? Oh, I know. So bow and arrow, and you can see how to use the Cane of Somera again. You know, in this dungeon, this is actually this item is very useful. Can I use a hook shot here? Yeah, I can, but look what I can do. I could probably use the hook shot to get over there, because that was another trick of getting over here. And that's by bumping. And that's by bashing. Okay, can I please get some health? Can I please get some health? That is not getting health. That is solely getting health, and thanks for that. I really needed it. Now, we can't go straight over here, but here's an interesting trick you can do if I position myself right. And no, it's not using bombs. It's actually this. See it? And if you can't figure it out yourself, then you have to use the bombs. Look, it's our uncle. Well, technically you already saved the princess, but this is in the Game Boy Advance version. The uncle says is saying remember the good times that we had together. Of course, in the SNES version, the original, he said Princess Zelda is your. And of course, this is a reference to that quote. Now look where you fight. Not you again. It's a blind second. I'll call him blind the second. Every boss we fight here again will be just called the boss's name the second. Arguably, this boss is kind of easy, because you're technically playing tennis. All you have to do is get the head back in place, and it deals damage. Now, if I can just do this just right, I'll be able to beat this boss without having to use a potion. Luckily, it doesn't do too much damage. There we go. Now, just one more head, hopefully. I think this is the last phase. I gotta get the heads back in place. Now then. Speaking of future Let's Play followers, because this is pretty much going to be the last video of the Link Past, unless I do Easter eggs. Which most likely I will not do Easter eggs. Well, if I feel like doing Easter eggs, then I'll more than likely do the Easter eggs. Well, anyways, remember what I said what our next project might be for Let's Playing? And when I said it might be... when I said pink... oh yeah. Pink. Okay, now before I head to the super secret awesome boss, I'm gonna go ahead and prepare myself with full health, so I will be right back. That was totally on purpose! I knew the fairies! And we're back. Now, out of the dungeon, you actually remember this thing? Well, since we have the powerful sword, we can actually get through it. And see how we can get through here? Turns out we can. Hold up. Just for one good measure. I'm gonna do this. It isn't as seizure-tastic as the original SNES version was, but it's just as seizure-tastic as it was before in this version. But anyways, I'm gonna take out my can of brain. Yeah, however you pronounce it. I'm not gonna use it just yet, but look what we have here. The 4 swords. What will we ever do? Does it mean really like cotton candy? Wait, this is pretty much the ultimate boss of the game. Duplicating your links. Or in my case, 4 dark links that want to kill you. All wearing different tunic colors based on the 4 swords game that you played. Which is pretty nice. As for this Link, his special attack is running. See? With the spin attack, you just make the boss so easy. Now over here is Red Link. His special attack is spin attack. As you saw right there, he also has the ability to run. Now this thing, well, pretty much this boss isn't that hard if you know what you're doing. Technically you can get a lot of damage done here. Or you can get hurt a lot. Especially from the blue Link at the face right now. This blue Link is hell. See what it does? He disappears. And he does that jump attack. That does like a lot of damage. Imagine if you're wearing the green tunic by the time you're actually doing this. So what I like to do here is pretty much try my best to get him trying to run and then attack. Because that jump attack deals a lot of damage and there's probably no way to run away from it. There is actually a possible way to avoid it, but it's just hard to avoid it. If I can get this blue Link down... well, the last 2 links are hard to deal with. The blue Link and the purple Link. And of course the purple Link is pretty much the hardest of all of them. You hear that, guys, who make gay jokes about Purple Link? This is his revenge. Purple Link's revenge. Now at this point of the fight, ordinarily I'll use the cane here if I'm having trouble. But I'm trying my best not to use it. Especially trying to do a spin attack with that. Now this Link has a special attack too. He has the ability to use a fireball like that. It deals quite a bit of damage. But yeah, Purple Link's the hardest to deal with. As funny as that sounds, because usually the Green Link is the leader of all Links, and well, the Green Link is the original Link. This Link is just a part of Link. But yeah, Purple Link's the hardest to deal with, and you know what that means? Ganon's gonna have Ganon's gonna have a lot of trouble with Purple Links. You know, it actually makes sense. We're actually part purple. Our hat is purple. And our hat is pink. Well, not our hat, but our hair is pink. Okay, this actually turned out to be quite hard. But this is just pretty much a sword fight. Speaking of sword fights, remember that Ocarina of Time Dark Link? That Link was hard to deal with. See how he has abilities to use with? But yeah, this fight is just getting draggy for too long, so now it's time to use cheap tactic. See how easy this thing is with that. And we won. Sorry for using cheap tactic at the last minute, but I had to use it because I was dying. Oh, and for here, you listen to the music all over again. It's so nice. Listen to it for a while. Okay, let's get to the center now. We have conquered the Four Sword Palace, or the House of the Four Sword. Now we get an interesting ending. The Dark World ending. Hey, I remember you. You're the guy who stole my... who used my rubies to get to that dungeon. Or Kiki the monkey. The Swamp Palace. The mamas are having a hell of a time getting out. See that? They're even sweating. Oh no, this mama is just definitely screwed because look what he's getting ganked by. Oh, the mama had a bomb. Hey look, it's two thieves fighting each other. I wonder if you do that in game. Now the Ice Palace. Remember what I said about the Ice Palace being different in the Game Boy Advance version? If you actually look it up, you'll find out what I mean. But look, Ultra Sympathy. Yeah, Misery Mire. Nothing interesting here than these tapeworm things with teeth. And look, Turtle Rock. Hey look, it's the leader of them all. Either that or he's just trying to kill those things. Whatever they are. And look! That's pretty funny. Ganon's Tower. Now that we've gone through all the dungeons, we gotta look up the pyramid. And look, they're playing hot potato bomb. Totally makes sense. And there's a good giant Cyclops on the wall using the super bomb. And it's growing big. And over here's the boss's names. The Helmazur King. I don't know how that's pronounced, but that's how I pronounce it. Argos. Or however you pronounce it. Again, I'm bad at pronouncing things. Matula. Or Mafula. Or as I like to call you, Matura from Godzilla. I know that's not the case, but it's funny. And over here is blind. I can understand you're blind and all of that, but it doesn't give you the right to shoot lasers and fireballs at me. Or decapitate. Now this one is just is a bad name. Cold Stare. And it looks like a crackle from Kirby. And look, it's Vitterus. I think that's how you pronounce it. Again, I'm bad at pronouncing things. And here is Try It next. But Jay, thanks for not displaying your attacks and way to commit kamikaze or suicide. And this is Agnes, who is playing catch with himself and his double team doppelgangers. That's pretty funny. And over here is again doing the finale. That is an epic finale. And this is pretty much going to be our quest log for the number of items actually used in the Game Boy Advance version. See right here, quest log. Times used, the item itself. Now, this is technically not the items that I have used before. Like I said, this is not my save file. This is someone else's save file. And speaking of which, you can actually get to the Pass of the Four Sword without playing the Four Swords game like I said before. How do you do it? There's an exploit you can use in this version of the game. I'll post a link in the description. And here's a fun fact: the guy who actually discovered this or used it on the videos actually has the same name as me, Jordan. Pretty funny, isn't it? At least I think his name is Jordan. But anyway, let's link to the past. So until then, use the horizon. Next time on whatever project I am doing in Let's Play, which has something related to a pink. Anyways, I'll be going ahead and play that game next. So, I will see you guys then. I am not gonna make an obvious over 9,000 joke here.